They look so like feminine and innocent, yet they're just like destroying buildings and property left and right. My mouth has been gaping open for like half of this. As much as Armageddon is about the end of the world, this feels like a new beginning at the same time. Hello Claire Bears, it's Elsie. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and if you're returning, welcome back. I have just begun my journey into AESPA and I'm already at my first comeback. Woo. Although I wasn't even sure if I should be reacting to this in the first place, because, you know, I very much understand that there is a lore with the AESPA music videos, and it's almost like if I reacted to this album, it's like if I was on the second book but just jumped to the 8th book. So I asked all of y'all to see what you would want me to do, and it was very close. But I decided to go with the very slim majority here and react to Armageddon rather than continuing with Girls Next. And also because SM is very strict in what you are allowed to react to in one video, I'm going to have to split this album reaction into 3 parts, where this video will be the Supernova and Armageddon music videos, and then the next 2 parts will be the B-sides. However, I'm going to take a short break between this video and reacting to the B-sides because my alt group ATEES came out with a new album yesterday and I really wanted to get to that. So I'm gonna start here and then go back to ATEES, and then after that react to the rest of the album. So thank you in advance for your patience for that, but now let's get to today's video. But before we do, please don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoy it and subscribe to my channel. For today's beverage of the day, in honor of reacting to Supernova, I have some super ginger tea from David's Tea. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is still like steaming tremendously. And I'm a big baby when it comes to warm liquids. I always wait until my tea or coffee is lukewarm to drink it. But let's give it a try. Oh my god, just do it, Elsie. But see how much this is steaming. Oh my god. I just burned my tongue. I think I'm gonna go put some cold water in this to cool it down. Okay, that's a bit better. All right, now that my tongue is sufficiently burnt, let's watch our first music video of today, which is Supernova. So this is aespa's pre-release that came out on May 13th, and at the time of recording this has 60 million views. So clearly it was popular. Oh, interesting. It looks like they are in front of Thai Tower, which is in Bangkok. So I wonder what brought them to Thailand for this music video, but let's watch. Oh.
I'm like some kind of supernova.
Oh my gosh. It took me a little bit of time to process that because I was just looking at the blonde woman on the right and thinking like, wow, those are some great calf muscles. So it took a second for what happened to register. But this kind of reminds me of, oh my gosh, don't you know I'm a savage? And then this is kind of like that 2.0.
Supernova, watch out, look at me go.
Oh my gosh, those vampire teeth. But how is she out in the sun? Also, the nails, the jewelry, the eye makeup, the outfit, it's all A+. I love it.
Look at me go.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. Like a Discord. Whoa. How is this kind of like low-key terrifying? They all look so cute and innocent, like they're about to go to some kind of like anime rave, but then are just like casually hovering as if they're possessed by an anime rave demon. I just feel like you don't want to mess with these ladies, that's for sure. They look so innocent. Ooh. Does she have a cast on? Ooh. Oh. I love how they can. Oh, I love how they can. Hello? Is that a finger or like a thumb? I just love how this is both so unserious and yet serious at the same time. Like, I don't know how they're somehow pulling off both, because, you know, the lyrics are saying, I'm like some kind of supernova, can't stop hyperstellar, bring the light of a dying star, watch this universe I've brought out. But, you know, it's like, watch this universe that I've brought out. Ding. Yeah, let's go back a little bit here and see what that finger was all about.
Make it feel too right.
Also, what was on that screen? Of course, you know, I'm not up to date on the lore, but it's interesting here that they had this like CAPTCHA of AI, and it's click verify once there are none left, and it's showing all the girls. So are there none left? Question mark. If I were her, I would be this freaked out, honestly. Definitely appropriate response. Queen indeed. Oh, that's kind of cool. The like broken lens. See, they're just like so casual with it. I like this like hyper pop almost. They look so like feminine and innocent, yet they're just like destroying buildings and property left and right. Ooh. Yeah, this song feels like such a serve. And I like that they don't take themselves too seriously, too. Everything is happening so fast. Ooh. Creepy. What did I just watch? I feel like one of those people who does those reactions where it's like, I watched the first episode and the last episode of the series, and then you have to try to piece together what happened in the middle. But, you know, this to me feels like something almost completely different. Like, it almost feels like they've transcended Kwangya at this point, because, you know, they're very much in the real world with a landmark at the very beginning that we could very much associate to Bangkok. So, you know, that's my perception so far. Feel free to completely debunk everything I'm saying in the comments without obviously spoiling too much from the storyline of the previous albums. So then my next question would be, and of course this is hypothetical or rhetorical I should say, is does this take place in a different universe or in the future or in the past of the same universe? Because, you know, Supernova and the lyrics of the song suggest, especially with the next song and the album being called Armageddon, that some big catastrophic thing has happened. So in theory, that could mean like universes colliding. Oh, okay. Now I'm talking myself into this being a parallel universe, and there being some kind of like glitch in the matrix with all the weird stuff going on in this music video that the girls are seemingly instigating. And it also seems like it might be a parallel universe too, because the powers that they have in this music video are different than the powers that they have in Kwangya. Because, you know, Karina, for example, she had that like rocket puncher, but like now she's a vampire who can fall from a building and not die. And then like Winter can just casually fly. So then my next question is, when we think about the AI that was talked about, are they still AI or tied to AI in this separate universe, whether it's future or past or something parallel. But it kind of seems like regardless, they don't want anyone to know because, you know, that like super finger comes and destroys the phone before Giselle can try anything. But at the same time, it kind of seems like with the ending, they're kind of hinting towards it being that they have some kind of AI involved. Because like in a way too, when you look at their outfits and just how silly and over the top they are, it kind of makes you wonder if you plugged into like AI or ChatGPT, like make a super fashionable outfit. This is like what a robot would spit out as like fashionable. And I mean that in the best way, of course, because like I love their outfits. So whatever AI picked them did a good job. But you know, when they're wherever this is, it almost seems like some kind of void. They seem a lot more like cohesive and less all over the place and much more grounded. So I wonder if this is almost kind of like their home base. So yeah, there's a whole lot of speculation, of course, but I would love to hear your theories as well. If you think I'm like totally off base here, or if you agree with me, at least in some aspects. But maybe all of my questions will be answered when we go to the title track for this album, which was Armageddon. But before we move on to the music video, I just want to say about the song itself. I thought it was a lot of fun, very energetic. I feel like Supernova is a song where if you just like want to walk down the street with like a power walk and just like feel like that bitch, that Supernova is that song. So I very much appreciate that aspect about it. That aspect. So I feel like I should warn you that there's going to be an infinite amount of AESPA puns in the future on this channel, so you've been warned in advance. So yeah, Armageddon especially, so bad. Armageddon especially excited for the Armageddon music video. So let's see where we go now with our title track with this music video after Supernova. Oh dang, we are being thrown right into it. Armageddon has arrived. Ooh. Shoo. Those harmonies, though. Vampire Queen. Oh. It's like a hip-hop vibe. Like a very dark hip-hop vibe. Ooh. And sticky, thick nightmare creeps. Oh. Sorry. I just noticed how horrifying this is. Has the AI returned? My goodness. Ooh. This feels so cool. The vibe has shifted significantly. Whew. This feels like almost like another different universe compared to the first video. But it's really interesting because, you know, as much as Armageddon is about the end of the world, this feels like a new beginning at the same time, especially because, you know, we had this power pop vibe with Supernova, and now Armageddon is kind of like an old school hip hop track. And in a way, it feels almost kind of like Inception-y because it's hard to tell what is real and what isn't. Or is it all real or is none of it real? With these moments of, you know, Winter's face being blurred here and Giselle just kind of like emerging from this black hole in the ground. They're definitely riding in on the chaos, that's for sure. Yeah, let's keep going. I love this old school beat. Ooh. That looked like a paint. What is happening? Yeah, this was really cool. This painting. Again, it almost looks like if you put some kind of prompt into Midjourney, that like this is what would come out. Josh uses Midjourney a lot for generating art for his D&D campaigns because he's a DM and he really has to give very specific prompts to get what he wants out of it. But this almost looks like something that would come out of like your first attempt at trying to get Midjourney to make something. But I'd be very curious to get a sense by the end of this video, or by the end of this album more specifically, what their like moral stance is on AI. Because, you know, like any piece of new technology, there's this kind of like surge in popularity and surge in people who have like the best of intentions. And then all of a sudden, people with not so good intentions come in and manage to take it over. And, you know, maybe the like hyper moral panic around it might die down a bit over time, but then the kind of like complacency will set in. So yeah, I'm very curious to see if they're going to make some kind of like ethical stance about AI in this. But it almost feels like a horror. Oh my god. What is going on? Parts of it almost feel like if a video game kind of like glitched. Oh, it was like a fairy. So is this like another version of them? The fairy version? Ah! This is so cool, like so freaking cool. Just so creative. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Huh, this is stunning. Born like a queen, born like a king. I just feel like my mouth has been gaping open for like half of this. Holy cow. I feel like I want to show this to Josh because one, he's a photographer and a videographer, so I feel like he would just be very interested by this, but as also someone who uses Midjourney quite a bit, to see what he thinks. But anyway, I just find it so interesting and almost like ironic, I don't know if that's the right word, but that something that is just like so insanely creative is involving AI and like the subject of AI, which just in its very nature is completely devoid of creativity because all it does is pull from what already exists and it can't create anything from nothing. But it does seem that by the end, as much as a lot of this seemed like they were resisting this Armageddon, that it seemed like they were merging with these like demons or whatever they are, and that they're embracing it because they're saying like, you and me even more flawless, you and I we know no end, drive off the darkness once more. And so it flowers the story of us. But you know, Ning Ning gets taken over and this logo's in her eye, and then Giselle as well into this like sticky I don't know even what to call it, sticky demon, let's just call it the sticky demon. And then Winter as well is like connecting like literally with this giant eyeball. So again, even though it's Armageddon and it's supposed to be the end of the world, it feels like the beginning of their connection with these like beings, whatever they are. I've been commenting so much on the videos. I feel like I'm not saying enough about the music itself and the songs, but I appreciate both in very different ways. Obviously, they're both giving very different vibes, but I can't say I like one more than I like the other. I would definitely have to listen to both more than just once, but definitely on first listen I enjoyed them very much. Although again, I was so focused on what was going on in the music videos that I wasn't as focused on the actual music. So yeah, I'll have to report back on my findings when I record parts 2 and 3 of my Armageddon reaction, which as I said in the introduction will be coming in 2 more parts, and that will be after my ATEEZ Golden Hour reaction. But definitely stay tuned for those. So friends, thank you so much for joining me for my reaction to these 2 music videos. I again would love to hear your comments about both, any theories that you might have. You can even tell me how incredibly wrong. I actually expect you to tell me how incredibly wrong I am about all my theories and all my thoughts down in the comments, but that's totally fine because that is one of my favorite parts about all of this, and why I love doing these videos and why I started doing these videos was so that I could interact with other fans and chat about music videos, chat about the music. So definitely let me know about all of your thoughts down in the comments. And also let me know if there's anything that I should know for recording my 2-part reaction to the B-sides on this album. Like, for example, I saw that there was a Live My Life video, but I don't know if that's a music video, and it also seemed like it was shorter in the video than the actual full song. So let me know if you think I should do like a 2-parter, like first start maybe with the lyric video and then watch the video itself. Let me know your thoughts, let me know how I should approach that, and I very, very much appreciate any insight that you could share. In terms of when that reaction is coming, it's getting harder and harder for me, y'all, to film reactions and edit during the week because work has just been absolutely bonkers. But I'm gonna try my best to get the 2 other parts maybe in like a week or so. And if I can't film both parts at the same time, then maybe I'll start with the first half and then do the second half so that you can get some of the reaction sooner. But anyways, that is all for me for now. Thank you again for joining me for this. I'm having so much fun with AESPA. Their universe is just so creative. And I have so much fun trying to parse out all the bananas things that are going on. So I hope you will join me for parts 2 and 3 of my Armageddon reaction. But until then, I hope you're doing well, staying safe, taking care of yourself, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.